Now, honestly, tell me in the comments, did I deliver a bigger surprise this time? Somehow. This lore is fishier than the fishiest fish in the fishy sea. Now, say that in one go. I dare you. Say that in one go. About 12,000 years ago, something triggered the Great Reset. Humanity was broken into shambles as it was washed ashore by the wrath of God. They reassembled, formed new communities, and evolved to create the civilizations of future. The cornerstone of these civilizations were pyramids. These geometrically stable megastructures went on to become the marvels of the modern world. But for us seekers, they invoked more questions, more curiosity, and called us to rediscover, to relive the ancient tales, the ancient lores, the ancient stories of the past. Pyramids are special as they are incredibly stable structures. Let me tell you how. The wide base and the tapering shape of a pyramid results in a low center of gravity, which enhances the overall stability of the structure. Remember, the lower the center of gravity, the more stable the structure becomes. Along with that, the wide base ensures even weight distribution, which reduces the pressure exerted on any singular point on the pyramid and the ground beneath, which reduces the risks of subsidence and structural failure. Next, the natural frequency of the pyramids harbored by its shape and mass is lower compared to the more taller and more slender buildings. This means the resonant frequency of the seismic waves is less likely to match the natural frequency of the pyramids, therefore reducing the risk of resonant amplification, and a potential collapse is averted. It almost feels unreal when the criticals of these ancient structures are studied. Makes me question their source of knowledge. How did man, coming from simplistic hunter-gatherer backgrounds, suddenly have this renaissance in knowledge? How did man go on to build these ancient mega structures with such sheer precision? And the main question being, what was square one? Maybe that's reserved for a video when we actually figure shit out. When we utter the word pyramids, the first thing that our mind plays, the first video that our mind plays is that of ancient Egypt, the great pyramids of Giza, maybe Teotihuacan to some people, or maybe the ancient Mayan pyramids to some. So, in this video, let's expand our databases and learn about the pyramid and the pyramid-like structures that not many talk about. I'm your host AM, and let's travel the world together. Guatemala. The irony, right? The irony, I understand. But look, this country alone houses 7 major ancient Mayan cities with a construction time that starts from 2000 BCE to 900 CE. That's massive, absolutely massive. Now, this construction period has been classified into 2 broad sections. The pre-classic period, which is any construction done between 2000 BCE to 250 CE, and the classic period for any construction that is done between 250 CE to 900 CE. El Mirador. This is one of the oldest Mayan cities located in the Piton Basin, and it houses two Mayan pyramids. La Danta. It is one of the largest pyramids by volume in the world. It stands at a staggering height of 72 meters, and its base measures 300 cubic meters. The basal platform consists of several tiers, and each tier is a series of terraces and platforms leading up to smaller pyramids and temples on the summit. It is speculated that these pyramids were used to house the elites for religious ceremonies and maybe for astronomical observations. El Tigre. Built in the same period as La Danta, this pyramid stands at a height of 55 meters, and its base measures 200 meters from each side. This pyramid includes steep staircases, very typical of Mayan pyramid architecture. Similar to La Danta, El Tigre too has multiple terraces, which lead to the top pyramid consisting of more than one temple. Japan, the land of the rising sun. You didn't expect it, did you? I was surprised to learn about it too. In 1986, local diver Kihachiro Aratake stumbled upon a massive underwater structure 100 meters off the coast of Yonaguni, the southernmost of the Ryukyu Islands of Japan. He was in search for new diving spots to observe hammerhead sharks for his own tourism company. Diver Kihachiro had never spotted such a structure before. Large flat terraces and sharp-edged formations were neither regular nor natural spectacles. Aratake also described to have spotted features which didn't resemble natural geometry, features such as straight lines and right angles, which to him may have been steps, pillars, and terraces. Now, if you ask me, this reminds me of ancient Sumerian pyramid architecture, like the ziggurats, which was later carried on by the Mesoamericans. Kihachiro's new discovery had spread like wildfire, and why wouldn't it? Locals got excited, and that spot became a popular tourist attraction, and in came the international attention. All the talk about this new underwater ruin brought the attention of Masaki Kimura, a marine geologist from the University of Ryukyu, who would go on to propose that this structure was 10,000 years old. Now, you know what preceded the 10,000-year-old mark? The Younger Dryas. The Younger Dryas needs a video in itself. It's a massive debate. That's because this period was really weird. For now, just remember, it was a very short period of time, 11,600 years ago, when the temperatures of the Earth dipped to sub-zero levels. This was when the natural progression was the melting of thick ice sheets coming from the Pleistocene epoch or the Ice Age. This period receded as quickly as it flourished, which resulted in massive flash floods all across the planet. Kimura was overwhelmed by this massive submerged structure. He began diving at the Yonaguni monument personally to investigate this new spectacle. Not one, not two, not three, not 10. Masaki Kimura dived over 100 times, carefully documenting each and every feature of the structure. and what he found would blow your socks off. Kimura meticulously mapped, taped, and documented a detailed record of this monument. He then went on to propose that even if the base structure had natural origins, it had human modifications done on it. Now, this wasn't new with pyramid constructions. As a matter of fact, pyramids were made on bedrock to reduce the risk of seismic damage. He went on to add that this structure had rectangular pools, channels, terraces, steps, and pillars, again which was very common with the ziggurats of Mesopotamia. Kimura has collaborated with scientists from all around the world, and they have deployed newer technologies like 3D mapping, LiDAR, and sonar to find out the exact story of the Yonaguni monument. Along with that, marine archaeologists are trying to excavate artifacts from around the structure to add to the story of the Yonaguni monument. A remnant from a long lost civilization, from a time when the Ryukyu Islands, the Japanese mainland, and Taiwan might have been connected by one massive chunk of land. A civilization that might have seen a new dawn after the ravaging floods of the Younger Dryas, reigniting the lores of Mu and Lemuria. At some childish corner in our hearts, you, me, and every one of us want this saga to have such a fairy tale ending, don't we? Friends, now, honestly, tell me in the comments, did I deliver a bigger surprise this time? The Falicon Pyramid. Located near Nice on the French Riviera, this pyramid, unlike its Egyptian counterparts, stands at a mere 9 meters tall and marks the entrance to the Aratake cave, also known as the Cave of Bats. So the lore goes like this. Domenico Rossetti finds out the Aratake cave in 1803. Inspired from his find, he writes a poem in 1804. The enthusiasm carried in the poem leads to the construction of this pyramid, and the documents preserved record its date back to 1814. Somehow. This lore is fishier than the fishiest fish in the fishy sea. Now, say that in one go. I dare you. Say that in one go. Even I couldn't. The reason for construction of this pyramid is a puzzle yet to be solved, but the local lore suggests that it was built by the Roman legionaries as a part of the Egyptian cult practices to mark the tomb of a chieftain or as a temple for the Persian goddess Mithra. There was another alleged Templar link to this pyramid due to the many markings that were found inside. There seems to be another mundane theory which I just found out. Let me read it for you. An eccentric local aristocrat, Charles de Berengar, built this structure as a folly, mere decorative, purposeless structure, and the internet thinks it's a more plausible explanation. How dull and tasteless! What a drop from Romans to Templars. Oh, Folly! Come on, man, spice up the tale. We are always here for exaggerate mystery trail. Always. Mysteries and stories always excites us folks. Hey! Thanks for watching this long and make sure you like and subscribe because it really helps my channel. And do tell me in the comments which story did you like the most. Was it the Mayan pyramids? Was it the story of the Yonaguni monument? Or was it the story of this Falicon pyramid? I would love to know. Or if you don't want to write something so long, drop an emoji for the sake of engagement. And always remember, you do matter. Till the next episode,